Hello guys, Oscar Hotel 8 Sierra Tango November here from Survival Tech Nord. Quite a few of you have been asking for alternative solar power options from those premium solar panel products we normally see on the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the first of a few different solar panel options. This one coming from Off-Grid Trek, and it's called the Oscar Golf Tango 120. It's a 120 watt monocrystalline solar panel. Now, reading the literature and watching other videos about this solar panel, it is often compared with the PowerFilm Solar folding series of solar panels. Now, although there are some similarities, I'm not sure a one-to-one comparison would be valid. So let's take a look at the pros and cons of the Oscar Golf Tango 120 to see if its price and benefits are enough to help us pull the trigger on this portable folding solar panel. So stick with me and I'll tell you all about it.
You are listening to the Emergency Broadcast Systems. This station broadcasts emergency news and official information on the air for assigned narrative.
When we're having a discussion about portable off-grid communications, it's difficult to do so without eventually arriving at how we power our gear in the field. So, the more output power we use, or the more gear and electronics we need to keep powered or charged in the field, the greater the capabilities we expect from our off-grid portable power. We can further complicate the topic by requiring a man-portable, or in this case, a fat bike portable solution to portable power. So this is the Oscar Golf Tango 120, a 120 watt folding solar panel from Off-Grid Trek. Now let's start off with its very first benefit, or the pro, and that's its pack size. When it's folded, the OTG 120 is only slightly larger than the PowerFilm Solar 120 watt solar panel. For reference, that's about the size of a large laptop. It's also small enough to fit in the saddlebags of my fat bike, which was a nice touch. Now, even though it packs up small, I wouldn't want to call this a lightweight panel, especially when compared against the PowerFilm Solar equivalent. On the other hand, when we're comparing against more popular brands like Goal Zero and Renogy, we can begin to see the differences in storage size and weight. For now, the Off-Grid Trek 120 packs smaller and is lighter weight than all but the options from PowerFilm Solar. Now, if my deployment options dictated both ultra portability and being lightweight, this probably wouldn't be my first choice. In contrast, if you're looking at an application where weight doesn't matter but storage size remains important, this portable panel might just be the ticket for you. Now, because of its weight, I actually found that deploying from a vehicle is probably the best case scenario for this panel. Situations where you want to power your gear or electronics when you're pulled over on the side of the road, car camping or fishing, or for any other activities where you'd like to power your electronics without the risk of discharging your vehicle's starter battery. Now, the most impressive test we've done so far with the solar panel is using it with its built-in USB-C power delivery port to power a Dell Latitude laptop for portable FT8 while out in the field. With the regulated output of the USB power delivery port on the Oscar Golf Tango 120, we were able to plug USB-C directly into the USB charging port of the Dell Latitude laptop. This was a nice touch because it meant we had no intermediate battery or charge controller between the solar panel and the Dell Latitude laptop. For output ports, the Oscar Golf Tango 120 has a voltage breakout box which includes USB and USB Type-C power delivery ports. It also has a regulated DC output port on the breakout box. Now, in addition to that breakout box, it has a 50 amp Anderson power pole connector, delivering raw voltage unregulated directly from the panel. I removed that port and replaced it with a 45 amp Anderson power pole. Now, I've done a lot of testing with my IC705, the Microsoft Surface Go 2 tablet, and of course I've also used it to top up my mobile phone. Now, during the top of the day, powering the ICOM IC705 at 10 watts, we weren't giving this solar panel a workout in any way. What this tells us is this solar panel performs just about as well as we'd expect a 120 watt panel to perform, provided we deploy it in full sunlight and avoid any shadows. Now, where it didn't perform quite as well as expected was with partial shading of individual cells on the panel. Now, on the day of this test, at this latitude and time of day, it was the top of the day, I was getting about 5.37 amps out of the panel. Remember, I said amps, not volts. 5.37 amps out of the panel and into the charge controller. If we partially covered one of the cells on the solar panel, that dropped down to about 3.88 amps. If we then covered another panel, amperage dropped down to 2.21 amps. And finally, with two panels covered plus a third partially covered, we dropped down to 1.27 amps. The voltage drop was consistent whether or not the panel was laying flat on the ground, or if it was angled and supported up towards the sun. What this means is we need to be mindful of how we deploy the panel. We need to avoid any partial shading of any of the cells, and ensure we have an unobstructed view of the sun from the face of the panel. Now, this isn't at all bad, but we have seen better performance from other solar technologies. Now, just to keep things above board, I should have gotten this video done back in June or July of 2021, but honestly, I had some trouble reconciling some of the comparison differences between this panel and the folding series of PowerFilm Solar. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like or love this panel. I think it's absolutely brilliant, but I think it's brilliant when comparing to Goal Zero or Jackery or Renogy or other panels like that. I also think it's brilliant when comparing it against these cheap Chinese knockoffs pretending to be premium portable solar panels. Now, really what I needed to do was take a step back. I needed to make sure I wasn't being a PowerFilm Solar fanboy. So I sat on this video a while, gave myself some time to clear my mind and get a fresh look. Then I came back to this question of whether or not there was really some reconciliation red flags, or if I was simply being overly critical when comparing against a product I know so well. So, at the end of the day, the off-grid Trek Oscar Golf Tango 120 is not a bad panel at all. But as I said in the beginning of the video, I can't compare it one-to-one with the folding series from PowerFilm. Now, that's not the end of the story. If off-grid Trek could consider this for a moment, in terms of weight, the OGT 120 is only second to the 120 watt folding panel from PowerFilm. Not Renogy, not Linsun, not Goal Zero, not Jackery, and of course none of the Chinese panels. With this in mind, if off-grid Trek could make more competitive pricing for the OGT 120, as well as find ways to reduce its weight, it would become far more attractive to not only those like myself who are looking for ultra-portable and lightweight solar power, it would also be interesting to a wider audience. This would put the off-grid Trek OGT 120 in a class of its own. It would become a bridge between premium, ultra-portable, ultra-lightweight products like the PowerFilm and other products like Goal Zero, like Renogy, like Jackery, and so on. For the moment, there are no other products which fill the gap between ultra-portable premium products and the heavier but more cost-effective products. Perhaps off-grid Trek will fill that gap. Okay, but let's go ahead and talk about the things I actually enjoyed about this panel. The very first thing is its stored size. When it's folded up, it's actually quite compact, allowing it to be carried in the saddlebags of the fat bike. Next is the amount of power the panel can generate for its size. This is usually between 5 and just under 6 amps at this latitude during the top of the day. Next is the amount of ground space the solar panel takes when deployed. It's actually quite small for the amount of power the panel generates. Next is the proper USB-C power delivery port built into the panel. Having the option to directly power the Microsoft Surface tablet or the Dell Latitude 7280 makes a nice touch. So the Oscar Golf Tango 120 also has a rubberized coating over its fabric. This coating helps protect the fabric from moisture damage, from pollutant damage, or anything else which can help deteriorate the fabric prematurely. Ultimately though, Off-Grid Trek combines these features to make a panel which is more portable, easier to carry, easier to store, and perhaps a better investment than the Jackery, than the Gold Zeros, than the Renogys, especially when you're trying to carry a lightweight package. So who's going to buy these panels? Obviously, operators or adventurers who are looking for portable solar options which pack smaller and are lighter weight than the more common briefcase form factor solar panels we often see from Renogy or Gold Zero. Now, the main argument people have when buying these panels is the price per watt, but we really can't look at it that way. We need to look at the amount of power the solar panel generates versus the weight of the panel. So if pack size, mobility, the weight of the panel's footprint when deployed, how quickly the panel can be deployed, or how small it is when it's stowed away. If any or all of these things are high on your requirements list, then you already understand we're not talking about price per watt. So understand your requirements and then match your requirements to a solar panel or portable solar panel which fulfills as many of your requirements as possible. So, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. The only thing I ask is that you be polite. If you like what I'm doing, if you like the content I'm creating, leave me a comment and possibly a thumbs up to let me know. And if it's not too much to ask, please share this video with someone or someplace where other operators might enjoy it. Rock and roll, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao.